Hey guys, Manga reads One Piece Manga Chapter 871. That's what we're here for. Today it's not much of a review, it's just a discussion. I'm going to be talking about the chapter, what happened. I won't be putting my opinion on character development and story progression, but I will say that this was very important. This chapter showed us exactly where the story of One Piece is headed. Clearly, we are never ever running away from Whole Cake Island, and we are not going to Wano to beat Kaido. Hell no. If that were to happen, we need 7 Luffys. We don't need a Zoro, we need 7 Luffys. And guys, I'm gonna put it out there right now. I do not think for 1 second that there is going to come a time in One Piece when we are going to say that this chapter was not important. This chapter served to show us just what a YONKO is. My friends, I did a video 3 days ago and I said in that video, well, it's entitled, Is Big Mom the Weakest YONKO? And I graded her between Kaido and Shanks, so that's 3 of them. I never mentioned Blackbeard too much because his strength is relatively unknown and we don't know where he's at right now. Besides, he's more of an end of series character, so I ranked him over Big Mom for the sake of, end of series where we'll see him. And I said that Big Mom was the weakest YONKO, and I got a shit from that. After today's chapter, I don't think it can be argued. Big Mom said, Mama, you little shits don't stand a chance of taking down that thing. And thing was highlighted in bold. People, Luffy is in deep shit. You can watch my live reaction and I was praying, I was hoping, I was saying, Luffy, go get him, gear 5th, please, at that very last page, page 15 of 16, before the Tamate Bako exploded. And that's perfect the way it exploded. I'll get to that next. The entire army that was supposed to be repelling the Big Mom army, that was supposed to withholding them so Caesar can escape. Guys, Caesar cannot fly 20 meters and he has Luffy on his side, Sanji, the Vince Smoke brothers, Reijo. I'm telling you guys, the YONKO are nothing to play with, right? I want to take a look at the Tamate Bako box, but I was praying for Luffy to go gear 5th. In that point, at that very stage, it would have been premature given that we might be needing that for, Wano, a big reveal, mind blown, 2 weeks break and stuff like that. But we'll get to that soon. The thing is that I wanted Luffy to go gear 5th because I could see the death coming. I never saw anybody coming to save them. I'm seeing theories that Marco was going to come and save the Straw Hats. And anyway, there was no gear 5th. The Tamate Bako exploded. And why is this important? I could not for the life of me figure where the Tamate Bako box was going to come into Whole Cake Island. I knew it was going to be important. There were theories that it was going to explode in Big Mom's face. I was skeptical about that because I didn't see her getting poisoned, almost killed, and going to open a gift from the Fishman Island as some sort of semblance, some sort of way to get over what happened. I see her going for revenge, right? I never expected her to die. I expected her to get poisoned and live. There are videos in the description where I made theories. Many of them have been proven right today. Watch my live reaction. You can see me highlight a few stuff as I go along. But guys, this chapter was important because where the Tamate Bako box exploded, if you look at that panel very well, you can realize that the clouds formed from the Tamate Bako explosion is much like a nuclear bomb. The mushroom clouds, the environment changed color, it got just a bit darker. I don't know what's going to happen to the Chateau, but let's take a look at it. If the Chateau were to crumble at this point and fall, would that help the Straw Hats? God, no. Just as the Big Mom pirates are falling, the Straw Hats would fall as well, and the Straw Hats are pretty much broken. The Vince Smokes are broken. It wouldn't help them very much. Their best bet right now is 2 things. Either they get Brule, which is right in front of Caesar, and escape through that means while the tower is falling, or for some reason Pudding does something that, you know, changes the tide. I don't see that happening given that Katakuri is on point right now. I mean, Smoothie still has not done shit, and I will make a video on her. I will make a video on Smoothie. I don't know what the fuck she is doing in this arc. She's just sitting there looking sexy. Fan service? Maybe. In this chapter, we saw the reveal of CIPHER POL, Aegis Zero, and that blew my mind. I tell you why. I watched a movie, a special, it was for One Piece, where Luffy was trained over the 2-year time skip, and one part was taken down very sneakily by CIPHER POL, and he never knew they were in his crew. Now, I find it pretty damn impressive to know that the CIPHER POL can infiltrate. I don't know, I think Stussy has been to Big Mom's tea parties before, to infiltrate a YONKO territory just like that. I'm starting to wonder, is there one in Shanks' crew? Because I love Shanks. Is there one in Kaido's crew? Because Kaido is the beast among men. And Blackbeard. Maybe there is. But I don't know. It's not a loophole because the CIPHER POL has been very, very, very effective at infiltrating enemies. And we've seen that today. The way I still don't know if Big Mom even knows she's a CIPHER POL. Right? And we move on a little further and we saw where Luffy went at it with Big Mom. And guys, this is very important. It's for the very first time that we saw Big Mom attack someone to beat them. And that punch, it was clad in haki, and it was level with Gear Fort Luffy Kongon. Remember Gear Fort Luffy Kongon that sent Doflamingo flying all the way across Dressrosa? I do not know where this arc is going. I don't know how they're going to escape. I just outlined the 2 possible ways. But let's continue in this chapter. The next thing that we saw happen, and this is very important, was that Judge himself attacked the Big Mom. He was never going to win, but he attacked the Big Mom. He himself said it. I made a theory that said the reason why Judge abandoned Sanji. And a little bit of that came out today because I was thinking that maybe Judge himself saw the North Blue being taken away from his father. And as such, he made it his goal, his lifelong priority, to retrieve the North Blue. And this is why he sacrificed so much. Because, you know, his speech when he was about to be executed was really something that made me look that way. And I think it's kind of proven today because he says that what can he do if the souls of those who have not land to step on? That, remember, the Germa is not a kingdom on land, it's a kingdom that rules on the sea. So they don't have land to step on. So it's clearly mentioning his forefathers, his ancestors. And then he also says he got 66 days of hope. Germa 66. You know, I think it's a pun on the name. I said that in my live reaction as well. But I'm also thinking that it's also the time span between the alliance between Germa to be developed and the wedding up to this point. So 66 days it took to plan the wedding, to form the alliance, get Sanji, issue wanted posters and everything like that. So that's the 66 days of hope. That's the hope that they had to retrieve the North Blue. Now Big Mom does something very important here, very interesting indeed. She puts her hand inside of Zeus, absorbs lightning, and smashes right through Judge. Now, I don't think that the lightning would harm Big Mom, simply for the fact that she's the one that created Zeus, somewhat, you know, given that Prometheus was around with Mother Carmel. And it pretty much follows her order. And when she did that, Judge was out of it for good. Katakuri came and he tried to stop Caesar, and this is something that's important to me. When Ichiji hit Katakuri with that move, Ichiji is presumably the strongest Vinsmoke brother. I don't know if he's stronger than Reiju. And he did not use haki. Perhaps he can't use haki. Judge can use haki given what we've seen between his fight with Sanji. If Ichiji cannot use haki, already Sanji have surpassed them. No doubt about it. There are so many things happening in this chapter that it's pretty much hard to summarize everything in a 10-minute discussion or review or whatever. I just have to go with some things that I see happen. The way that this chapter played out, the things that happened in this chapter, it's really excited me. I have a few theories coming as well, but I'm pretty much certain that going forward, this chapter is going to lead the cornerstone of how we progress. Because when Ace died, that was a turning point for the Straw Hats. And Luffy has not learned a fucking thing. What is wrong with you, Luffy? The very same thing that cost Ace his life is the same thing that got Luffy defeated by the hands of Big Mom. He said he just wanted one punch and he got his ass kicked. Guys, it's been Manga Reads. It's been One Piece, Manga chapter 871. It's been brilliant. It's been Oda, Yonko Oda, master order the man himself has delivered. Last week, I never knew what to expect. I waited for 7 hours for this chapter to release. And when it was released, oh boy, did it deliver. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more. Check out the videos in the description for my theories if you'd like. And thank you guys again. I appreciate your support.